Okay, for each one of these, we're going to break them down. Okay, so you might need a little bit more room or a separate sheet of paper. But I'm going to go over here in the scratch work, and I'm going to first factor my numerator and then my denominator for number 8. So my numerator, if I'm simplifying, if I have 3x minus 12, I know I have a GCF that equals 3. So I factor 3 out, which means you divide both terms by 3, and you have 3 times the quantity x minus 4. So I'm just going to go over here and write 3 times the quantity x minus 4. Then I'm going to look at my denominator. And I'm going to factor my denominator, which was originally 16 minus x squared. So the first thing you want to do is put in standard form. So when we rearrange it, we have negative x squared plus 16. When your first term's negative, you want to factor out the negative. So when you have negative, now you have x squared minus 16. Which if you notice inside of there, you have a difference of 2 perfect squares. The square root of x squared equals x, and the square root of 16 equals 4. So you have negative x plus 4 and x minus 4. But you can't factor any further, so you can go ahead and bring it up here. So you have negative x plus 4 times x minus 4. And if you notice, you have x minus 4 in both the numerator and the denominator, so that whole binomial will cancel. So you're left with 3 over negative x plus 4, but your negative can just go in the numerator, so you have negative 3 over the quantity x plus 4, and that's your answer. So remember, factor your numerator, factor denominator, and cancel. I'm going to go ahead and clear this off so we can take a look at number 9. Number 9, let's first do our numerator, which our numerator is 6 minus 2x. So remember, first put it as negative 2x plus 6. Factor out the negative, so you have negative when you divide by negative 1. And then 2x minus 6. Oh, but I see GCF of 2 there. So we have negative 2 times the quantity x minus 3 when you factor out your 2. Then when you do your denominator, we have to do the same idea. 2x squared minus 4x minus 6. And again, we're working on number 9 here. Notice that there's a GCF that's 2. So factor 2 out. When you divide everything by 2, you get x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now let's see if we can factor this. So make your chart x squared and negative 3. Factors of x squared are x and x, so those are your brownie points. What multiplies to be negative 3 and adds to be negative 2? Well, negative 3 times 1, but negative 3 plus 1 equals negative 2. So you have minus 3 plus 1. So let's go ahead and put it all together. So our numerator, negative 2 times the quantity x minus 3 over 2 times x minus 3 times x plus 1. So we can see these cancel, but notice this negative 2 and this positive 2, the 2's cancel, but you still have the negative 1 left in the numerator over x plus 1 in the denominator. And that's your answer. We have one more left, number 10. So again, hit pause if you're still writing, because I'm going to clear this off, and we're going to do number 10. The same idea. We're going to do the numerator and the denominator. So for my numerator, we have 3x minus 33. You have a GCF, that's 3. So you divide by 3, divide by 3. You have 3 times the quantity x minus 11. I'm even going to go ahead and write that on there, 3 times the quantity x minus 11. Now my denominator is x squared minus 121. You have a difference of 2 squares. So the square root of x squared equals x, and the square root of 121 equals 11. So when you factor this, you get x minus 11 and x plus 11. Again, it doesn't matter if the plus or minus comes first. So you put it over x minus 11 times x plus 11. Notice same binomial, they cancel. You're left with 3 over x plus 11. And you are done.